Okay, it's Valentine's Day, so whether you're single, you're dating, or you're married, we could all use some advice when it comes to intimacy and romance.
We sure could. So let's dive right in with some love headlines with Bumble sex and relationship expert San Boudram. Hi, Shan. I said it 7 times. Shan.
Practicing
and until I actually said it in real life. But Shan, we're so happy you're here.
We should talk about you. You've got a growing family, a beautiful family.
Yeah, they're grown. I'm not doing no more growing.
you're all done.
Yeah.
Family of 4 here. So how do you guys celebrate? What do you do on Valentine's Day?
I'm going to do a Galentine's Day today. Myself and my husband, we had the weekend without the kids, so we did our Valentine's Day. Today is going to be for the girls. So I just want to show them and have a day to celebrate love.
So your bestie friends or for your kids?
My kids.
Oh.
I have 2 girls.
2 girls. How
Those are my gals.
I
so
love
what are you going to do?
Give them flowers. Maybe watch Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Oh, remember that spaghetti thing? Now that was a sexy scene.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so there's some buzzy headlines that we need your take on. So the first one is an article from The Cut, and they posted this. How and where are parents supposed to get it on?
This question is so good that I want you to keep asking it, and keep asking until you ask it to the person that you're actually getting it on with. How and where and when are we supposed to do this?
So you should talk to your partner.
Actually ask that about the logistics of this.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's interesting because I think this speaks to the scheduling word, which feels like a bad word when it comes to sex. But scheduling actually is more of a nod to our early romantic days than it is an indicator that our romance is dying.
Oh, that's interesting. Why do you think that?
Because when you were dating somebody, what'd you get? That text in the morning, I'm going to see you later. So you knew you had to get yourself ready. Mentally, you're putting yourself in that state. You're choosing foods that make you feel sensual. You have scheduled sex.
Yes.
So what is so different about doing that in a romantic relationship? Just give me some time. So I'm very big on either scheduling or seeding. And seeding is just the nice, sexy compliments.
I mean, the truth is,
like
then it actually happens.
You're right.
Know?
And you're right. When you frame it like scheduling, it seems like
unromantic.
Right. But that was brilliant. Okay, Refinery 29 says this. That we should swap the PJs out for something sexier and do it once a month.
Do you feel like this
does that really work?
I want to analyze your face right now, Hoda. How does that make you feel?
Well, I do think once a month sounds like something doable, because I think sometimes if you think I have to create a whole new situation, but if you're like, oh yeah, once a month, that would be kind of fun. I think there's something to it.
Yeah, like you guys are wearing beautiful, gorgeous, thematic outfits today. Why? Because it makes you feel fun and sexy. It's a nod, something that you care about. If you look at it like that, it's just a fun day that I'm putting myself in a different headspace. So I definitely agree that, I mean, Esther Perel is such a brilliant mind, but she talks about that. Happy Valentine's Day, Esther. She says that women's number 1 turn on is themselves. And so it's not about the visual, which for many men, it's about the visual. It's about how you see yourself internally. And sometimes how you see yourself externally helps with that.
I love that.
Smart.
And also, who's going to regret it? You know what I mean?
Right.
You can always put the boxers and T-shirt on afterwards.
Yes.
All right, here's another one. I'm always in my head during sex with my partner. How do I get out of my head?
That's a good one.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
When we think about this, when we're doing something and we have children around who are like getting your attention, mom, 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 and you're like, what? And sometimes they're like, can I get a glass of water? And you're like, yeah. And now you can go back doing what you're doing and focus more. So treat that voice in your head like that kid.
So pay attention to it.
Ask it what
do you
wants.
want?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes the answer is something as simple as a glass of water or I need words of affirmation. Sometimes it's something deeper. Hey, I'm still really hurt from what happened 5 years ago. Can we address that before we get intimate? Which means you have to stop and really take that time to care. But ask that voice what it wants and be that parent who actually listens and doesn't just say, oh, you're being silly.
How do you know this advice that you're giving?
Yeah, why are you such a genius?
Because what's weird is we have a lot of people who give advice, but it's rarely unique.
Oh, wow.
So what are you studying, reading? What are you doing?
I'm asking.
You're
I'm
asking
asking women. I'm having conversations. I'm going there. I'm asking the questions that are really good that we rarely ask the people who really matter.
Let's get another
You're
one.
our new love guru. Okay, here's another one. An article asks, how many Gen Zers are rediscovering dating manuals from the early 2000s?
Oh, the rules.
Like
and
the
all
rules.
that.
How do we feel? Is it making us cringe, or what do you think?
Well, I don't want to knock anyone else's work, and I think that it can be useful. Games are really important. I have a book called The Game of Desire, so I'm all about games, but games are strategies that you use to bring out your best self. So if you know that you're an anxious attachment individual, maybe you want to utilize some of those strategies from the rules to stop yourself from being too clingy too soon, which is about being your best self. But at the end of the day, would I take driving advice from the 1800s? No.
Right.
And genuinely, Bumble is celebrating its 10-year anniversary. So they came about in 2014. So the primary dating apps, they only started recently. So why am I taking advice from a system that has nothing to do with how we actually date and mate today? But at the same time, if some of those strategies work for you, so be it. But I'm about the world that Bumble is about, which is women make the first move, which was not a conversation we were having in the early 2000s.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
You're
Right.
awesome.
It was wait 5 days to call, if you
Yes.
remember.
Yes.
Yes.
And that worked to snatch my husband. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's like, also, why not?
Yeah.
Why do you think it worked for you?
Well, I also made the first move.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's it.
When you know, you know.
Yeah.
She knew.
So you break some
she was
rules,
the
you
I
chase
broke
some
some rules, and I also felt like he's lucky to have me, and I'm
Yes.
busy, and I'm not going to call him every minute because
Yeah.
he needs to know that that's how the rest of their life is going to go.
And that's how it is going.
And that's how it is.
She was the chooser.
I was the chooser. Anyway,
Good girl.
happy Valentine's
Happy Valentine's Day.